Hello everyone and welcome to Mobility Academy. I'm the flexibility guy, Coach Elia, and in this video I'm going to show you a beautiful exercise to stretch your hip extensors, which means your hamstrings, your glutes, your calves, and also your lower back. So for your whole posterior chain, all right? But before I start, let me show you my brand new book, Split Stacking, all right? Which is the complete playbook to learn the splits and drastically improve your flexibility level. And I'm showing you this because if you want to master your lower body flexibility, so your the flexibility of your legs, you gotta master the splits, cause splits are flexibility. If you master the splits, you master your legs flexibility, and you can check it out following the link in the description down below. All right, now with that said, let's start. Let's talk about this awesome exercise for your hip extensors. All right, guys, so all you need to do this exercise here is a bench right here, and this exercise is really good for beginners, as I said, because in this exercise you can't cheat. All right, it's an awesome exercise that will target specifically your hip extensors, okay? So your hamstrings, more in particular, your hamstrings. So if you've been struggling with your hamstrings flexibility, then check out this exercise here, cause it can help you solve that problem, all right? So all you gotta do is this. So you start sitting on the bench right here, all right, with both your glutes well pressed against the bench. Now you want to place one foot in front of you with your front leg bent right here and the other leg down like this, okay? So you don't want to take this leg into the stretch, but you want to make sure that this leg's glute is well pressed against the bench. So both hips must be well pressed against the bench. All right, now from here you want anterior tilt, which means that you want to sit down on the bench with your back straight, okay? So not curved like this. You want to straighten your lower and middle back as much as you can. So you want to drive your glutes back right before you start going into the stretch. This is something you want to do from the start, all right? So you want to anterior tilt, you want to drive your glutes back. Now from this position here, you want to straighten your lower middle back and you want to go down with your chest, touching your front knee right here. So you want to touch your body, your trunk, with your front leg right here until you have your chest in contact with the knee. Now watch what I do here. So I go here and I grab my front knee with my arm like this, and I place the other hand on the bench and I grab the other arm with my hand right here, all right? So I got my front foot right here, the opposite hand right here, okay? And I pull with the opposite hand my trunk down. So I feel a really deep sensation of stretch here on my hamstrings, but not in the bottom part right here, not under the knee. I'm feeling that more under my glutes, all right? So I wanna feel the stretch under my glutes, not under my knee, under my glutes. All right, so if you anterior tilt correctly and you keep your knee bent and you keep the chest in contact with the knee, then you're going to feel the stretch right there. So really make sure that you're grabbing your front knee like this and you're grabbing the opposite arm like this and you're pulling with the opposite arm. This really makes the stretch really effective, all right? So you want to remain here, 6 to 10 breaths. You just want to relax, you just want to go, all right? Now, from this position, you can apply a PNF contraction, which means that you're going to contract the muscles involved in the stretch to relax them further right after the contraction, all right? You can learn how to apply the PNF contraction for free on my YouTube channel. There's a PNF video, just check it out, all right? If you don't know what the PNF is. So now, to apply this PNF contraction, which helps me relax more in the stretch, I want to pull my trunk up, and this is why I'm grabbing my front knee with my arm, all right? So I'm grabbing the front knee with my arm because as soon as I want to apply a PNF contraction, I pull my trunk up, but of course I'm grabbing the knee so my torso won't move, and I hold this contraction like I'm holding the contraction. I'm trying to push my torso away from my front knee, but I can't do that because I'm grabbing the front knee with my arm and I want to stay there, but I'm trying to pull the torso back. So I'm holding this kind of contraction for 10 to 15 seconds, and then after that, watch what I want to do. So I stop the contraction, I inhale, I decrease a little bit the stretch, and then if I want to increase the intensity of the stretch, so I want to feel more stretch, what should I do? So from this position here, right after the PNF contraction, I want to straighten this leg more, but I don't want to do that only like this, because if I do this and I lose the contact between my chest and my knee, then the stretch won't be as effective as before. So I want to keep the contact between my chest and the knee, and I want to straighten the front leg as soon as my chest can remain in contact with the knee, all right? And I stop. Wherever I feel the stretch, I stop there. So I straighten my leg, but I don't straighten it completely. I straighten it as soon as I feel that my chest is still in contact with the knee, with the front knee, all right? So don't go full. If you can't, stay with your chest in contact with the knee. Does it make sense, guys? So I want to go until I feel the stretch. Don't be scared, okay? So you don't want to straighten it completely if you can't. So you stay here, you pull with this arm, you are pulling your torso in front of you. This will create like a really strong stretch, guys. So I pull, 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 and then I go. Let me show you also from this side. All right, guys, same. So I'm grabbing and I'm pulling. As you can see, I'm not straightening my leg completely. I'm just going into the stretch, all right? And then if I want to apply a PNF contraction, I just pull back and I stay here, 10 to 15. Really gentle contraction, not too strong, but I just want to try to lift my trunk away from my front leg. I pull, 10 to 15. Then as I stop, I inhale, exhale, and then as I exhale, I try to get deeper. As you can see, I'm straightening the leg more, but I'm not doing that completely. I'm just doing that as soon as my chest is still in contact with my front knee. I'm gonna stay here. As you can see, I'm not curving my back like this. I'm driving my head forward towards my front toe. So I want to drive my head right there, because this will create a really strong, beautiful stretch right here on my lower back. So I want to push my head forward, I want to straighten the lower and middle back, and I want to stay here. Okay, so you can stay in the passive stretches, which means that you just stay here, you relax 6 to 10 breaths, and then you can apply 2 to 3 PNF contractions just to increase the stretch right here in the range of motion, until you can eventually straighten all the way your front leg. But you gotta make sure that, as you can see here, I'm touching the leg with the knee with my chest. So this means that, okay, I completed this stretch. This stretch is okay for me. And then from there, what should you do? You should go for another stretch, and you can find harder stretches in my book, Split Second, as I said. All right, guys? But this exercise here is really, really important for beginners. So if you're trying to increase your hamstrings, your hip extensors, your glutes flexibility, then you should definitely start here, guys. All right? So if you give this exercise a go, or if you have any questions or doubts about this exercise here, please feel free to ask in the comments down below, because I'll be really happy to answer to all your questions, comments, and doubts, etc. All right, guys, it's really good for me. Now, if you enjoyed the content, please hit that like button, because it helps me grow this YouTube channel. All right, guys, with that said, that's all from the flexibility guy, Coach Elia. Have a nice stretch, and see you in the next video.